Hello, hello. It's time for a warm-up. These guys are from last time. Oh no, they're losing their shape. Okay. That's an awful colour. Go for that. That's too bright. I don't know. I've got to find the perfect colour. There we go. Oh, hello, hello. Greetings. Just doing a warm-up at the moment. Both in the drawing and in in real life. Do you have any suggestions what I should draw today? A mermaid. Sounds good. Once I've drawn some more random shapes, once I'm sufficiently warmed up, start on a mermaid. And I reckon the best way to get warmed up for drawing a mermaid is to draw some fish. That makes sense to me. first one to ever draw mermaid with a sword. I daren't Google it. I don't want to ruin the illusion. It'll have to wait though. I'm still in fish stage. I haven't graduated to full on. I haven't got the man in the mer just yet. Or the maid in the mer. Guts Berserk Mermaid. Oh, what would they have? Like a giant lump of coral? Or maybe they just have regular swords. It doesn't need to be world accurate. They can have fantasy mermaid swords. If I draw fish and cubes, that's 2 birds with 1 stone. Get my daily quota of cubes drawn, and my temporary goal of fish drawn. This is a truly optimized workflow. Yeah, nature could never come up with something this genius. The cube fish simply cannot survive in the harsh environment. You'd have to find a way to be aerodynamic. Okay, I don't like that guy as much. I don't like his stares. Making me uncomfortable. But I do need to practice some sort of scaly texture. What do you call them? Fish scales? Is that a thing? What do you call? I feel like that's a word I've lost. Fish fins? No. Yeah, it's just scales, isn't it? I'm going crazy. square lantern. Big fin's cool. I think this will become important later. I think this is foreshadowing. I reckon that's going to be a huge component of the of the Guts Berserk mermaid. Right, there might be enough of a warm-up, but we'll see later. Okay. Let me put mermaid in the title of the stream so I don't forget later. And then bring up some... Ooh, I don't know, I'm just going to look at pictures of fish while I'm doing this. That should... Excuse me. Just in case that influences my drawing. And some real stupid looking ones to have on the side of my screen. Alright. I don't know, the temptation is to give them big, disgusting fish eyes, but I feel like that would simply be too upsetting. I'm thinking like, if they have any kind of jewelry, it'll be like eroded stone. I think that would be pretty cool. It's got some like implied inscriptions from some olden age, completely lost to the mechanical erosion, the waves. I'll draw the hair in, because that's an important part, once I've drawn the rest of the body, so I can try and complement it. Wait, no, cyberpunk, steampunk mermaids? I can't say I've seen any either. And I worry it's because it would always tend towards something like, I don't know if you've seen the movie Tusk, where a dude gets turned into a walrus through like psychotic science experiments, or this one scientist's like fetishized science experiments. You know, I worry it would be treated like that, you know. They couldn't get out of the weeds of sci-fi horror. But I'm seeing the vision there of like a, what was it, French Illumination era, age of, you know, people swimming through the clouds with like steampunk tales instead of dirigibles and stuff. That would be cool. Sorry, there's one thing I have to look up. There's an artist who does possibly exactly what I'm thinking of for the steampunk mermaids. Oh gosh, he's got an impossible to spell surname. Greg from Onteo. Greg from Onteo. Okay, not quite, but this is close. Imagine this is a mermaid. Maybe not. Any better examples? You must have one that's a... Oh. Greg from Undertale. I don't know the fella, sorry. But this artist, I think, given that given that idea, could do some, would have some legs or some tails, I guess. And I'm gonna, sorry, that all terrible quality images because I've just copy pasted them. But, I'm gonna lock those away in a Google Doc in my brain. As a combination of style and theme to try one day. Alright, back to this. Oh no! I'm immediately on the wrong layer. I think I might bust out an undersketch for this, since I don't know what I'm doing. I was just gonna freeball it, but... She's got a very neutral expression. But it's very Claymore, I don't know. It's like adjacent manga Claymore. Just extremely passive ladies with giant armaments. We're gonna need a bigger digital canvas. One sec. Did I draw it that big because that's the right size, or just because that's exactly the bounds of the... Oh no, it's on the wrong layer! Okay. Big enough sword or bigger sword? Oh, I'm an absolute imbecile. I drew it on a different layer. Is this the sketch? I forgot. And since it is like a sea theme, what with it being sea? I mean, that's obvious, but maybe like, I don't know, the shape design sort of lends itself to chin spines and stuff. I think that it exists in the ethos of fantasy sea creature weapons already. It's not exactly berserk, I suppose. Shark teeth on the blade and bones. Are you talking like fully coating or just cool little embellishments? Alright. What movie? Dude starts fencing with a swordfish? I do not know that one. Sounds like a Pirates of the Caribbean skit. Hundreds of people, that cannot be a real film. Media has forgotten it, and it probably for the best. Screw the fins in, forgetting there's supposed to be like a handle there. Oh, no pommel. Unlucky. I don't know what that hand's doing. The heck did I draw? I think the handle is going to be something like this, the guard. Haven't got to the tail yet, could still ruin the whole thing. Might have Just the most stupid idea for the remainder of the mermaid part. Just destroy any character design elements. I don't know, I kind of like it without any crossguard. Feels... It does not feel more fish-like. I don't know. I watched Harry Potter Goblet of Fire on New Year's, so you know I gotta give them those creepy webbed hands. Am I able to pay my bills through art? No, I work as a janitor. But I'm getting there slowly. One day, I'll be more and more part-time. That sounds awesome. When you say work in cinema, do you mean like selling tickets at the theatre, or do you mean like you're composing music for on-screen film? Both are kind of sick. Especially since one gets you discount movies. Yes. Tell you what, I need an excuse to buy popcorn at the movies. If I worked there and got a discount, I think I would. Every time. It's just too expensive at the moment. But what an awesome thing to be doing video game music. What was his name? Kevin Penkins? Oh, I can't remember. I don't know, someone who did the Nier soundtrack. My friend has had me obsessed with with their work for ages. I tell you what, Daniel Pemberton, I think, is still my all-time favorite artist. Not because he is like, that's the kind of music I'm into. He did some of the soundtracks for Little Big Planet 2. Well, for Little Big Planet. So he's cemented himself as like absolutely structurally integral to my entire being. And he also went and did the Spider-Verse soundtrack. Or some of the Spider-Verse songs, I don't know. The ones that are not pop songs. What a guy. Don't say it was already on DVD 8 years ago. Don't tell me. What's crazy to me is that we've only had like one other Spider-Verse movie since then. I would have thought Sony would have absolutely, I don't know, milked it, you know? Like I know they made a couple other movies, like obviously K-pop Demon Hunters and stuff from the same studio, I think, but I don't know, it seems like a surprising amount of restraint. 8 years? Hilarious point to end the movie on. To end Across the Spider-Verse on, to get delayed for such a huge cliffhanger. Okay, there's one mermaid with a sword down. I might go back and color it later, but let's see what other ones we can do. Determined to get one with a Berk sword. I remember the croak tones. think this guy is doing some Dr. Manhattan, Dr. Manhattan pose. Damn. It's tricky. How do I drill that? I might quit. This is a tricky hand position to do. Might just quit. Do a different one. Different career path actually. This is too hard. Can't. No. Do I have hobbies other than art? That's a tricky question because yes, but the issue is whenever I engage in them, I always tend to try to make that my career, if that makes sense. I can't just healthily do them on the side. Like I like to do sculpting. I make little knights and stuff. Oh, good morning, Mop. I'd like to make little sculptures of little medieval dudes. But I always do that entirely instead of doing any drawing. And then I tried to get into Gunpla and stuff, but again, I started trying to turn it into becoming a professional Gunpla painter, entering competitions and stuff. And then I don't know if Mop, you're talking about the little 3D dude the other day. I was like, maybe I'm an indie game dev. And that was like a whole 2 weeks. I had like 2 weeks off from work from Christmas break. And I spent the whole time, I was still drawing and stuff. But I was like, in my head, I was convinced I was gonna change my entire profession to indie game dev. So yes, I have other hobbies. I have to be very careful. There's an older post. Yeah, you might be thinking of the guy. You have the same problem? Yeah, it's tough, man. I don't know what it is. It's like, I'm never satisfied. It's the same with... It's like I'm overeating, but it's like clay. Yeah, well, that's the bloody thing. I thought, since I have this problem of always jumping ship, at least if it was in a medium where that's kind of good, if you end up spending 2 weeks, learning music or something, you just put it in the game as part of the same project. Yeah, that's what I tell myself. It's all just lateral progress. Or horizontal progress. I don't know what you call it. No, I don't know. I don't want to sound like I'm complaining, but it takes such a monumental amount of my time to be, what do I say? To be at the level I want to be with drawing. Like, it takes my whole damn day. But if I break to do game dev stuff, I feel like I get such a worry, such an anxiety about the progress bar. The progress bar diminishing, like some kind of combo meter, you know. My box combo, my drawing cubes combo is failing, it's falling. Yeah, it's good to take a break, I suppose. I can absolutely understand the importance of a healthy hobby. For a reasonable person, I can understand the draw. And mop, those are dangerous words. Combine off house. Oh. It's Wednesday morning, time to start a game dev studio. I think about it sometimes. Dream about it. Something with medieval dudes. I don't want to put this... I daren't speak this out loud in case I relay the curse upon myself. But, what I was dreaming of doing during my indie game brain bug last couple of weeks. Hashtag indie game dip. No. Get out of my head. I don't know. I wanted to do like a sort of action RPG about swords and swords, how to call it? It would be like basically a sword-based medieval RPG, which saying out loud now sounds so generic. But I swear I had mechanics. I had mechanics in place. Even like have a sword loadout, which would all show up on your model. And the whole idea was you go around collecting ancient relic swords that had different active and passive effects, so you could like store them on your body to make like a cool build, or you could use them in combat to as weapons, you know. They'd all have unique passive and active effects. It also placed in some like a Fable style, a dream fantasy. Oh, I don't know. I can't explain it, but it gripped me. It gripped me for like 2 weeks. Like a fever. Okay. I got distracted. How am I going to give this guy a sword? There's no space for a sword. Where does it even go? Oh no. Hashtag indie game dev does me psychic damage. If I see it too many times, I'm done for. I'm going straight back into Blender. think I need to get rid of some of this tail. I wasn't thinking when I was doing it. Sort of bloats the design. And we need more room for swords, desperately. Oh, I tell you what, they've been really figuring out the photo scanning games, you know, clay sculptures into games. You know, like things like Nightwalk. I've been seeing. I wish I could remember its name. There's one I've been seeing on Instagram of like it's cool pumpkin clay sculpts and stuff turned into enemies. Oh man. And what was the other one? Harold Halibut. I think. They got to unlock. No. There are shaders for that. Yeah, that's yeah. Yeah, you don't have to actually physically make it. But you know, wouldn't it be cool to also have an entire like fleet of dudes alongside? You could sell them as some sort of Kickstarter thing. Yeah, it takes way more time. Yeah, that's my plan for 2026. Is just to slowly decrease the number of hours I work until I'm essentially not doing another job. And getting money purely from commissions and stuff. Yeah, 2 weeks, spending 2 weeks on every little thing, which sounds kind of cool to have, like, you know, arcs. This is the modeling swords arc of the game dev. But then when I guess it will probably come to like, this is the, you know, coding a scoreboard, coding a community scoreboard part, which just does not sound interesting. Still a 2-week slog. I'm kind of seeing like this. Seems like it goes with the shapes he's got going on. Is that too big? Is that ludicrous sword? I guess if it's underwater, the weight doesn't matter, right? But then the huge water resistance would. Maybe not. This could work if I could just make the sword more interesting. I feel like that's all it will take. Yeah, mermaids probably do have magic for well, defying the laws of physics. For starters, breathing underwater. Oh, I tell you what, maybe like a giant shell. Like some kind of weirdly pointy horseshoe crab. Maybe the sword has a little guy in it as well. A little magic dude that lets him move quickly despite his non-aerodynamic shape. Oh, okay. I feel like I only just got over the curse of indie game dev, but what if I 3D modeled this sword? That would be so fun. Okay. Is the tip okay, or do I want to redo the tip? Can I do anything better with the tip? Or is it fine as it is? I kind of like that. It's a little bit Power Rangers in its shape, but I could see some Super Sentai fella wearing this. Or I could see it in a video game. Okay, I'm gonna draw this. Oh, I don't know. Can I draw this as... I'm gonna draw this as like a shark. Old elderly shark, man. Or shark warrior, you know, like cool shark warrior dude. But should I instead draw it as... just draw it as Gunabait, shark mermaid for the... No, I'm gonna stick with the original. And as much as I like the idea of like collecting swords, no combat, I'm simply destroyed by the Souls-like formula. I'm simply find myself denied. I find myself missing, you know, incomplete. if the game doesn't have Souls-like combat. That's an exaggeration. I obviously still play other games. Like Elden Ring Night Rain. No, I'm kidding. It's time for a swordfish? Yeah. It was hinted at the start of the movie, so I have to. Oh, jeez. Okay. How does his cool helmet look? I think he's got enough sharky shapes on him to make him read as a mermaid, despite not having a tail. Oh no, he does have a tail. Completely forgot. Just make that more fish-like. Yes, cheekbone gills. Well, that's an idea. Subtle. What is that? You probably shouldn't wear, like, clothes underwater. No, that doesn't seem to... A little leather shawl would really be annoying. Do I get anxiety about, practicing the other thing? I do. I tell you what, when I was drawing this earlier, when I was drawing a bunch of boxes at the start, I'm like, I didn't draw many human figures the other day. I'm scared I'm gonna get to it and just not be able to do it, so I skipped the boxes. Sort of. I cut the shape design short to draw some more dudes, and now I'm regretting not drawing more boxes. So absolutely, I feel you. The only the only time when I'm like not anxious is when I know I've got like hours and hours to draw. I'm like, oh, I'll draw it later. Like when I sit down with a, I try to occasionally sit down with like a dip pen. Just do like a very meditative drawing session. But otherwise, absolutely I get anxious, especially when it's not going well. Especially when it looks like crap. I'm like, no. It's sort of a marker is how many times I press Control Z. It is like a good window into my the cortisol flowing in my body. Ah, jeez. Is it too Guna to draw his bare chest ribcage out like that? I won't texture it any further. Just in case. His snatched waist. Goddamn. It's tasteful, it's tasteful. I just started drawing the hand and then stopped. Such tiny attention span. You like the eyes? Oh, I'm glad, because it's... I felt like such a genius when I discovered... started doing that style. Like, I don't even have to freaking draw them, man. I can just, like... I can just pretend that they're eyes. No, I'm glad. I hope it works. I mean, it works in the drawings I've seen for you. Like, seen from you. It was like there was a time I went through like a phase of drawing eyes like in a very no, I had a phase where it was very cartoony, and then I was like, you kind of can't really express all that much with like the CalArts bean eyes. But then I don't really like drawing the full anatomical eyes. They sort of get me bogged down, especially when drawing larger. You know, I can never get them symmetrical, and what, you know, the classic problems. I think Valkyrie might be someone else's favorite pick. So, but so this is sort of like the happy medium, is to just sort of do a big splodge. Oh, I'd love to see it up. And I tell you what, the Valkyrie was a big part of the game design brain bug. That was the next model I was going to do after the Foxboy. I was going to make that, because I feel like you could do the plated armor in a cool way if you just do like single layer, single plane geometry, you know, rather than actually sculpting the whole thing. Wouldn't it be a cool quest on the sword collection? You have to interface with these like angel beings, these ancient warriors. Oh yeah, that was what I was trying to explain with the game thing. Have you ever played, I don't know if you played the game Okami HD. Oh, Okami, and I played the HD version on Wii. But sort of the gameplay loop was, you know, classic Zelda style. You go around doing little quests in villages and stuff, like side quests to unlock your power boosts, health upgrades and things. The one with the wolf, the paintbrush wolf sort of thing. But the idea, this is pretty done territory. But the idea of it, you know, you go around and as quest rewards, you unlock the swords. Oh, I don't know. There's something juicy about it. Like you find them in dungeons. Do little mini story arcs to unlock sword. Oh, I want to do it so bad, but I don't want to. You know, it's new year. It's a new year. I need to commit to becoming something. I can't keep flip-flopping around. I kind of hate these legs. I might re-sketch the legs. If you don't have a team, you say, But no, I understand. Scope creep is important for small teams. Unless you're like Team Cherry making Hollow Knight or something, and then... I have a feeling I used Okami as an example because that's the only sort of big... It's the only RPG I played with that sort of gameplay loop of big open world. But I think that is essentially exactly the gameplay of Zelda, you know, where you just go around doing mini story quests with like some big overarching story, but largely it's just like exploring the world. And I feel like I would have been a huge sucker for it if I was a Nintendo boy and not an Xbox man, you know what I mean? Like, if I had played those games as a kid and the GameCube adapter for my Wii had worked, I would have been absolutely smitten with all the old Zelda games, but as it stands I've played basically none of them. I was a Gears of War. You know, Fable is excusable. I was playing Gears of War, I was playing Borderlands, I was playing... I know that wasn't an exclusive, but... You know, they got me on Time Splitters, where I should have been playing Ocarina of Time. I got the wrong time game. I can only blame my brother, obviously, but my sister bought Twilight Princess the other day, and it's got me thinking maybe I should just, like, I don't know, marathon a bunch of the games I predict I should have played as a kid. No, that's what I'm saying, I bought Ocarina of Time for the Wii. Our controller was so busted, the adapter. So, you know, you could only move, I think, 3 directions, and there was always a bit of drift to the 4th direction. To the point where it was unplayable. I was robbed. Robbed of a formative life experience. Oh, I feel like I still want this front bit, but I can't get it not to tangent with the rest of it. It's missing a lot of dark patches. I've been too cowardly. I'll fix that in a sec. Okay, what's it wanting? What's it wanting? Probably get away with making the whole damn tail pretty dark. Be striking. Sometimes I feel like I've figured out shape design, you know, ratio, color theory, and other times I'm like, blotch down some shadows, and then just delete it if it doesn't work. And that's my whole professional workflow. I'm kidding myself if I think I've actually understand the art theory behind it. Kinda looks more like an ostrich now. I think I liked it with less. Maybe like exactly there. And then we'll just make the sword really dark. Watching a draw is addictive? Oh, that's because of the subliminal noises I'm playing in the background. Or some like purple bass tones. Imperceptible. It's fooling your brain chemistry. I'm kidding, obviously, but I agree. I would watch like speed draws and stuff as a kid. Well, as a kid, as like a teen. I just sit for like 30 minutes. 30-minute speed draw of this thing I don't even care about. League of Legends character I've never seen before. Yes, 30 minutes. Yes. Okay. I think we've ran out of music. I need to restart the music. Which means I probably need to wrap up soon. I'm just gonna, as I said before, making good on my promises to my past self, make this more striking for the sake of contrast. I think I could still get some crusty looking barnacle texture on this. "15-minute speed draw Santa Claus MS Paint." I never saw that. You're a different kind of beast. Okay. And I need to gradient this before it reaches this, like a freight train about to crash. But the only thing that's going to crash is my sense of design. And I bet if I'm careful, I can do it with swirlies that make it look like ocean texture. Ooh, ooh, getting close. Oh no, I don't have the space. Maybe. Maybe that'll do. Looks more like eggs than barnacles. It's kind of gross, but... Then what's the play? Do I go back to black for the other side? That might look kind of weird. I want to make this and dark. Yeah, I feel like that justifies the choice in choice in shading. Okay, now if I color it, I should be able to push the contrast. Missed a spot. Oh, I bet purple would be cool there. Sort of desaturated. Maybe I'll post both, see which one gets better reception. The cool shark man or cool shark lady. Where does the inspiration to color like this come from? Honestly, it's kind of pure laziness. I realized I didn't really have much knowledge of coloring. Like, I've tried to learn painting in an earnest way, like with oil paints and things. But I've never managed to make a real skill out of it. So I like to do just really simple washes. There's also an element to which it's like, I think a lot of Japanese illustrators, I'm probably thinking of just Kim Jong-gi, who isn't Japanese, but like they would just do a wash over their sketches and it would like elevate it. And that's the intention. Just pick some like whimsical colors. That would be an interesting stream, if only, like, it'd be terrible quality looking at an odd angle with poor lighting at a canvas. Does that work? Like really accurate green. I also spotted a masking error. Oh, were his hands supposed to be webbed? Oh shoot, I can't remember. Probably was my intention. This transition is a bit stuck. I'm not a big fan. I kind of do like it. I don't know. Oh, this is so tough. This is why I don't do coloring. Well, I mean, this is why I do such simple coloring. Green? Maybe? Because that would contrast the purple. Hmm? It would be smart to set these as like layer masks so I didn't have to keep redrawing them. Another error. Mm, I don't know. Too harsh? Is it too harsh? I think I like it as it was. I should make this a different color. I'm gonna grab a drink of water and look at it with fresh eyes. Be right back. Righty, I'm back. And I still don't know how to finish this. I kind of like having the pop of color on the tail, but it is a bit much. Maybe if it was a cooler red. What does that mean? Wat komt gefährlich? I bet they say all kinds of things in all kinds of languages. Red comes in dangerous. Yo. Rules. Is there a German term for just mess around with the color adjustment slider until it looks good? Or pray that it looks good. No way, that's a real term. Don't worry about it. I was guessing from context. What you were trying to say with zero knowledge of the language. In the meantime, I've decided I'm going to go for like a Mobius, Mobius background. I think I'll keep it white. As I was reading the chat there, so like, I guess someone said, where do you live? And then the next response was RIP. Place name RIP. Which I thought was pretty funny. I'm gonna leave that guy there. Don't want to overdo it. What time is it? Could go back and do the other one. Or maybe I'll do it another time. What the heck? I'll see if it... is easy to set the masks for. Not particularly. I didn't draw the hair in the end. I left it to the last and then forgot. Now, imagine if I made this as a 3D model. You gotta go. Understandable. Have a lovely day. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna do this real quick. It really leave it as one flat color. Otherwise, it's gonna take forever. Okay, that'll do. That'll do. I'll just add a couple highlights. And by a couple, I mean I'll just shade the whole shade the whole drawing. It's just a rim light, just a rim light. Control yourself, man. Just do a rim light. Well, to be fair, I did say I was... In my head, I said I was going to make the hands darker for contrast, so I can get away with it. No, the blue works better. Lovely. And we leave it there. Except, oh, I do want to add a tiny bit of colour to the lineup. And we leave it there. Okay. Well, thank you for watching. I'll probably post these separately or otherwise. And see you next time. Thanks for watching.